Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. And the reason I say us, the lovely Dave from a YouTube channel, Dave's Game Room, is back. Mate, you're always on the channel these days. I love it.
Yeah, I've become a resident, a bit like a resident DJ who never sods off, even though you want him to.
Guys, you've clicked on the video. You know what we're going to be talking about. Unfinished video games. Mate, this was your idea, this video, and it's a good one because it's something we talk about quite a lot when we exchange WhatsApp messages throughout the week.
Yes, it is. And it's quite relevant as well to right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, if we cast our minds back, guys, it's literally... Now, I'm not using the word literally in the incorrect way here, like Jamie Redknapp would. It is literally, roughly, actually, about a year ago. Cyberpunk 2077 was launched, I believe, to the day. I might be a day or two out, so yeah, maybe not literally. I've got all Jamie Redknapp there, I promise you I wouldn't. Yeah, and we all know, like, I loved Cyberpunk, and I reviewed it at the time. It was my game of the year, but I did address the fact that it had loads, and it still has a year later, loads and loads of bugs. It shipped with loads of bugs and hilarious glitches. Some were game breaking. Sometimes you couldn't complete a mission and you'd have to start the game all over again, or that's what I read. I was lucky. I played on Series X. I didn't get too many problems. People on PS4, Xbox One, however, were getting tons of problems with that game, and they still do to this day. So, mate, recently, what video games have we had and they've not been ready at launch?
So the first one I'll mention is GTA, the Definitive Edition, which, yeah, okay. I mean, the game itself, or the trilogy itself, in my opinion, is an absolutely shambolic Definitive Edition. That had glitches with graphical issues, like, for instance, the rain. You know, you could be stood underneath a solid object and the rain would still be coming down on you. And the rain would make it so you basically can't see very well, which I noticed on the GTA 3 introduction sequence. It looked awful. That has been patched, but obviously there's still other issues with GTA, the Definitive Edition, that we can talk about at some point if you want to touch on that. My main focus of this one is Forza Horizon 5, because that's a massive game that's recently come out. It's been on Game Pass, so that you can all play it if you've got Game Pass Ultimate. And I've had some issues. I've had some glitches with the game, some of which have been quite funny and, to a point, game-breaking in certain ways.
Yeah, so this footage, guys, Dave has captured of his journey with Forza Horizon 5. We've both spent some time with this game. Dave spent a lot more time with it than me. We both like the game. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But it's not ready.
No.
It should have been put back in the oven for another month or two.
Totally agree. And you've only got to look quickly on YouTube. There's people that have done various videos showing off various glitches, which has actually helped them in the game. It's actually glitched the XP and the credits. Some people, though, I do need to warn you, if you're thinking about trying some of the glitches you might find on the internet, some people have been banned for doing so. Turn 10 have got wise to it. Playground Games, I think it is, have got wise to it, and they have banned people from Forza Horizon 5 online, so you've been warned.
Yeah, they're clamping down. I've read the same. So I'll leave these clips playing in the background, mate. We will talk about other games as well, but let's start. Well, we've started there with Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah.
What have you been experiencing?
So issues when trying to get online. So normally you go into the online menu, select, in my case, Horizon Open and Road Race. I've had it where I'm just sat with it saying fast travelling other players forever and a day, and I've never got out of that screen. I'm just sitting there with it going round and round and round. On our footage, actually, where I did get some successful races, I'm on that screen for quite a while, but I've actually had it where it's been sat like that for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Other times, I'm actually driving whilst I've selected that I want to do some racing. I'm just driving around. It will then take me to the race, the introduction of the race. And as you'll see in the footage, guys, my Ford Escort is having a bit of a problem with a tree in one of the bits of footage, and it is quite humorous, so check that piece of footage out. And then, from that, as I'm about to start the race starts in a very interesting and unorthodox fashion. I get dropped from the sky, from Glitch World, into the race. And half the field are not even moving, if you look, and the positions all get messed up.
Sorry, mate, it's funny. It is funny.
It is.
Yeah, it's we had issues, didn't we, around launch where you would join in my convoy.
Yeah.
If they're still called convoys, I can't remember. Or I was joining yours, and we just couldn't find each other
Yeah.
on the map at all. We just couldn't see each other, even though it told us we were playing on the same server, because it had our names underneath each other, didn't it?
It did, and we kept
Listed
getting
together.
that disconnect message. Do you remember as well? We kept seeing that at the top
All
of the
the
screen.
time.
Yep.
I haven't played Forza Horizon 5 for about a week or two, and I was hoping by now it would have all been cleared up. But yeah, you've obviously proved with this footage that there's still a lot of issues with the game.
And one that's not online related, because people will say about netcode. One I'm going to mention that isn't online related is I've bought the castle. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the 5 million credit castle. And on that, one of the, if you like, what's the word I'm looking for? Bonuses for doing that is every time
The wheel spins.
That's it. You should get free wheel spins every time you go online, or sorry, every time you start the game. I haven't had a single set of free wheel spins since getting that castle.
Really?
Not at all. And it's a commonly known glitch, because I'd had a quick Google and it's on Reddit.
Is that the castle you buy where it gives you free fast travel?
No, that was one from earlier on in the game, which was supposed to give you free fast travel, but didn't. You still had to pay for the fast travel.
Really? Was that a glitch as well?
I'm not sure if it was. I think there was some confusion. I think that enabled fast travel, but you still had to pay for it. It wasn't that it made it free. To make it free, you have to destroy all of the fast travel bonus boards that are scattered throughout the level.
Okay.
Or the map, I should say. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So let's go. I mean, let's generalize here. Video games in 2021, a lot of them anyway, and in recent years, are getting launched £50, £60 to buy.
Yeah.
And they're simply not ready at all. And video game developers and publishers are getting shown up because of this, and they're getting a bit of a bad name.
Yeah.
Because especially after that GTA, and now, guys, I reviewed the trilogy, the San Andreas, Vice City, GT3, the new trilogy, remaster, remake, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I think it's fun. It's good for nostalgia purposes. But there were so many dodgy bugs in it. I mean, graphically, I don't think it was very good either.
No, it looked awful to me. And I experienced the same as yourself, where, let's take GTA 3, for example. It was so dark, I couldn't even see in places.
Yeah, and it's still the same. You really have to just turn your TV settings up, like brightness up maximum, but then it just washes everything out. It just looks ugly.
It does.
They have fixed the rain. Can you remember what the rain was like?
Yeah, I can. It was ridiculous. It looked like fake rain that had been applied times 10, and you just basically couldn't see. Plus, as I explained earlier on, you ended up with the rain sort of going through things that it shouldn't have gone through. Like in San Andreas, you stand under a bridge, and the rain is coming through the bridge. A solid object.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There was also issues with Halo Infinite, a game I'm actually playing. I'm playing through the single-player campaign at the moment. There was some issues with online, with a progression system and that kind of thing. Another game, which was launched last week, mate, or the week before, Battlefield 2042, has got tons of issues.
That's getting panned by quite a few people because of those issues as well. There's people that are really complaining about that one. I haven't personally looked at it. It might be one we check out, or I check out in the future if it gets patched. But I am playing
I
Halo
wouldn't mind
Infinite.
taking a look at that.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite's loads of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, but it even that huge first-party Microsoft, like Forza Horizon, release has had issues. I mean, Halo Infinite had to be put back a few times. It was supposed to launch last year, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it was. Wasn't it a Series X launch game, if memory serves?
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's been put back time. Now, so why is this happening, do you think, mate? Why are we getting these games half finished?
It's either that the QA testing isn't as good and as, what's the word I'm looking for, diligent as it used to be, where something had to be absolutely completely ready to go. There could be no major issues. Or it's just pressure, because as you know as well as me, game developers are under pressure to get these products out. I mean, Forza, they would have been under huge pressure to get that out and ready to go. So that's what it will be.
That's what I was going to say. Again, the suits demand the game to launch. They're like, look, you've put this back. I mean, this is what I read when it comes to Cyberpunk last year. CD Projekt Red, the suits at the top said, look, you've put Cyberpunk back a few times. You got to hit go now. This has got to go live.
Yeah.
And it's destroyed their reputation.
Yeah, and that's the downside. I mean, luckily with Playground Games, Turn 10, whoever it is who does Forza, they've always got Microsoft's backing. Microsoft basically owns them, runs them, so they're going to be just fine. But as you say, other studios that maybe don't have the big overarcher, in the case of Microsoft or Sony, they are going to struggle. I mean, if you look at the GTA Definitive Edition, Grove Street Games has been getting absolutely battered for that awful set of games. I mean, because in my view, they're a joke compared to the originals.
I mean, guys, if you didn't know, Dave's saying Grove Street Games there. I think they are the guys who handled the port, mate. Is that right? They did,
yeah. They handled the trilogy and the mobile ports that the trilogy's based off of.
Yeah, so, I mean, basically they were responsible for, that disastrous launch of GTA Trilogy, and their reputation might not come back from that.
No, and that's what I mean. They're a smaller studio, aren't they? I mean, yeah, you could say they've got Rockstar that's technically overarching, but Rockstar's taken a bit of a hit because of this, because they've allowed this to happen.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of gamers, if you look across social media platforms now, a lot of gamers, and I know you feel like this, and I feel like this, obviously, are a bit pissed off with Rockstar these days. We want to see GTA 6. We want to see some movement. It's like they just want to milk this GTA Online thing still.
Yeah. And when you think about how long it's been since the last GTA game, it's an absolute joke, and they're going to enhance and remake, or whatever they've called it, GTA 5. I mean, seriously, give it up.
Yeah, it's like what Bethesda have done with Skyrim. I mean, another version of Skyrim was launched, or is being launched. I don't know. I'm not going to touch it. I've played Skyrim. It was 2011 Skyrim launched. Wow. That launched with a lot of issues on PS3.
I remember.
Actually, sticking with the theme of this video, textures not loading in on walls and on the floor. It was disastrous on PlayStation 3. It was good on the 360, but yeah, on the PlayStation, Skyrim was bad.
Single-digit frame rates on the PlayStation 3, I think, for Skyrim as well in places.
Yeah, they really couldn't get to grips with the PS3 Bethesda for some reason with that game. But guys, let us know in the comments what you think about modern gaming. Me and Dave, as you probably already know from our videos, the old school retro football kind of videos, we come from an age where the game had to be ready. If it wasn't ready, it's tough luck. The developer couldn't do anything with it. It would just get a 5 out of 10 or 50% review, and that was it. The game would fail. It had to be good, Dave, didn't it, on the cartridge?
It did, and also the software publishers tended not to survive. If something was that bad, you think of people like Ocean Software with some of the stuff that they released that was really critically panned. They didn't survive because of it.
They didn't come back from it. There was a few developers back in the day. Can you imagine CD Projekt Red back in the day releasing Cyberpunk on the Amiga in that state? It would have destroyed their company.
They would have disappeared. Yeah.
But what annoys me is companies thinking, oh, it's all right, we can patch it throughout the year. It's not right, because people pay £60, $70, whatever it is, for these games at launch. They should be getting a game that is finished, that is ready, that is of good quality.
Agreed. You should be getting your money's worth as a consumer. If it's not right, if it's not of good quality, then refunds should be more easily available within reason, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you for joining us. Look out for old school retro football videos coming back to the channel. I've been on a bit of a hiatus. Things are getting better now at home, so thanks for the well wishes that I had over the last few days. I really appreciate it. Dave, thank you for joining me. And see you again, mate, because you'll probably be on here on the next video.
That's right.